Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Awards Roundtable. We've been behind on this show, but we wanted to be sure to give you a double header. So, that is, we're going to give you this right now, like around 3 o'clock my time, Eastern Standard Time, 3:30, and then we're going to, sorry, we're going to do another, around like 5:30, 6, something like that, and it's going to be our final Oscar prediction. So we're giving you a double header, 2 episodes to kind of make up for
our final nominations predictions.
Our final nominations predictions, yes.
Because the final Oscar predictions, we would be geniuses.
Oh yeah. Our final Oscar.
I am going to bring up though a trend that seems to be ending too for me, which I'm happy about.
What?
Okay, do you remember like your films you used to have to be in come out in November or December or to be nominated? I mean, usually winning.
Yeah.
We've seen now, if it wins Best Picture, 2 films in a row that came out earlier on in the year will win.
That's true. Or at least be nominated.
Because Coda.
Yeah.
And then Everything Everywhere All at Once.
That's true. And then also I've never understood that because that whole assessment if you come out too early in the year you can't be nominated because look at Get Out. Get Out was huge at the Oscars.
Like the last film to sweep the Oscars, which I know that term sweep is subjective. What came out on Valentine's Day?
Oh,
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs. Oh wow! Yeah.
You know why it's considered a sweep though, even though it didn't win that many awards. You know why?
Because it won every major category.
It won the Big 5.
Yeah. So that, I consider that definitely a sweep. And even if you want to talk about another sweep too, Mad Max Fury Road, that came out in May, I think, something like that.
June or July, I think.
Yeah, something along those lines, and it swept all the technical categories and stuff like that. So I never really trust this whole if you're too early you can't be nominated for an Oscar anymore. I mean, look at Elvis. Elvis came out in June, and that's doing
Everything Everywhere All at Once came out in April, right? Or March or
yeah. I think March limited, and I think it was April for wide release. So I think April was its wide release. So it came out roughly around that time. But either way, that's 2 films already.
We should also now bring up a time of this point of year. We should actually do a video, and this ties into it. On the whole, is a release date subjective?
Oh, because of how
all the Oscar movies do it.
Because of how there's some in limited and then
like Women Talking, or not A Man Called Otto.
Yeah, true.
So Mike is House Party gonna win Best Picture next year?
Well, Andrew wants A Man Called Otto to win Best Picture at least.
No. I'm saying why. Is House Party gonna win Best Picture next year?
Oh, House Party. Oh. The middle win the Razzie, maybe. That's an award. That is an award.
I want a serious Razzie though. You know what I mean?
Oh, something that's a real.
Yes. You don't make it a joke.
that. That's true. And I'd also love to see them televised. I think that'd be fun, to have to actually watch the Razzie Awards.
Yeah, but this year though, I've been happy with the nominees.
Yeah, I am too. Today we're gonna break down the SAG Awards
nominations.
The SAG Award nominations, yes. Those happen which, by the way, this year they're doing something really different. From what I heard, I believe they are premiering the SAG Awards. They're doing it on TNT and TBS and stuff, but they're also having it on Netflix or something like that. So maybe this is a good path to lead into how some award shows are going to do it now through streaming.
Yeah, when we talk about Avatar, I'm going to bring up a crazy fact about Avatar that you probably know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay, it's the 6th film in history to earn $2 billion, right?
Yeah.
And guess how many times James Cameron has a movie in the $2 billion club? Guess how many movies take over his list?
2 that I know of for sure right now.
3.
3? Really? What's the third one?
Titanic.
Well, no, there's Avatar and Titanic. Those are the two.
And then Avatar 2 just crossed the $2 billion mark.
Oh, it just crossed.
That's
Oh,
what I
okay.
mean.
Then
That's why I
yeah,
brought it
so
up.
there's three.
He
Yeah.
has three. He has three in the 3 out of 6. He has half the list of the $1 billion club.
Wow.
My dad says he ain't hurting for money.
Oh no, not at all. That's why it's like when he like complained about Endgame for a little while. Now Avatar's back to being the highest grossing film ever. But whenever he complained about Endgame being the highest grossing film ever, I was like, dude, chill out. You've got literally the two other highest grossing films
Just like,
of
okay,
all time.
this like kind of the thing is like, what, like after Minority Report, Steven Spielberg said, I basically come up with that swiping technology. I should be breaking in the dough with that.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, you already have the dough.
Yeah, you've had plenty of the dough. It's like this. It's like John Williams now. He's like saying, "Oh, I'm not going to retire after Indy 5," and I'm like, okay, this guy. I mean, he has all the money in the world to retire if he wants to, but it looks like he might
And
want
then,
to.
do you know how many nominations he has?
Isn't it like 13?
No. He has like 3 Oscars, but no, it's way more than 13. Let me see.
Interesting.
Okay, okay. Let's see. Okay, hold on, let me see. 52.
Holy shit! John Williams does.
Yep.
Wow, that's insane. That might be the most. That might be the most nominated individual.
Second, Walt Disney.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
But still, he could still catch him though.
He could at some point if he keeps on.
Because like he's only 7 away.
Yeah, and
if he gets nominated, which he probably will, he'll be 6.
Yeah, for the Fablemans. And then if Indy 5 is a very notable score, that could be nominated. So who knows? But yeah, we're also going to talk about the Critics' Choice Awards and the BAFTA noms. Since these three are like the 3 big indicators for the Oscars, thought we would break these down and talk about them. If we have time, we might run through like some DGA and PGA stuff like that. But we're going to talk about these 3 for sure. And which one do you want to start off with?
Let's do the SAG award nomination because usually if you win SAG, then you win the Oscar.
True. Although we're going to do BAFTAs right after this because BAFTA has shown that they, like with Anthony Hopkins and other stuff like that, and like Frances McDormand, they have shown that they are a big indicator for also what could win. But yeah, so we will start off with outstanding performance by a male actor in a television, movie, or limited series. We've got Steve Carell for The Patient, Taron Egerton for Blackbird, Sam Elliott for 1883, Paul Walter Hauser for Blackbird, and then Evan Peters for Dahmer. So thought that was all a really good
yeah,
list.
I've been watching 1883.
Yeah, you said you're actually not a fan, which is
decent. Yeah. Like when Sam Elliott is your best actor.
Well, who else is the cast though? I don't
Tim McGraw.
Oh, okay.
And Faith Hill.
Okay. So yeah, it's not really a big cast list regardless, but
no, it's because it's almost like a journey story, it's about the Duttons going to Oregon, but I think that something's going to happen. It'll probably land in Montana because like Tim McGraw says that he plays Kevin Costner is in it. Great grandfather.
Oh wow. Yeah. And then after that, you have to watch 1923, which has even bigger actors like Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren.
I know, yeah.
So that's like pretty stacked there. But outstanding performance by a female actor in a television movie or limited series. You got Emily Blunt, The English, Jessica Chastain, George and Tammy, Julia Garner for Inventing Anna, Niecy Nash Betts for Dahmer, and Amanda Seyfried for The Dropout. All good picks there. Outstanding performance by a male actor in a comedy series. You've got Anthony Carrigan for Barry, Bill Hader for Barry, Steve Martin, Only Murders in the Building, Martin Short, Only Murders in the Building, and then our boy Jeremy Allen White for The Bear. Makes me happy to see him in. Outstanding performance by a female actor in a comedy series. We've got Christina Applegate, Dead to Me, Rachel Brosnahan, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Quinta Brunson for Abbott Elementary, Jenna Ortega for Wednesday, my girl. And then we've got Gene Smart for Hacks. So those are all good. I keep on saying, oh, Jenna Ortega could win. I said that with Globes. I think it's going to be Quinta. I think
Yeah,
Quinta Brunson.
I never watched her show yet.
It's a great show, but it just seems like that's going to sweep every kind of comedy category now. Outstanding performance by an ensemble in a comedy series. We've got Abbott Elementary, Barry, The Bear, Hacks, and Only Murders in the Building. So, like, I don't know. I would have maybe. Although, what would I have taken out? Because I contemplated maybe taking, like, I would say, because Hacks is really only like a 2-person show mostly. I'd maybe replace that with Wednesday, but
I'm mixed though.
Say what?
I'm mixed too, because I'm happy that Bear is getting love.
Yeah,
but it's the wrong category.
Yeah, it is. I mean, does it have some quippy, funny lines in there? Yeah, but but the subject matter alone is just makes it not a comedy, in my opinion. Now, Barry, though, to be fair, Barry can get quite dark and can be almost like to the point of, well, is this technically a comedy? But I feel like it makes light of a lot of those situations. So I feel like it can still count as a comedy, especially like there are some scenes that I laugh out loud at, like in season 3 when he's like trying to defuse the bomb and he's calling that bomb service company or whatever.
Yeah,
I died laughing. So it's like so I feel like Barry still can technically count as a comedy.
Yeah, because like Barry's a lot more funny too. You know, you're like No Hank is like the funniest one of the funniest characters ever.
True. And then you've got, of course, like, other actors like Stephen Root and Henry Winkler that are providing comedy. So I always feel like it's more of a comedy than The Bear for sure. But outstanding performance by a male actor in a drama series. The nominees were Jonathan Banks for Better Call Saul, Jason Bateman for Ozark, Jeff Bridges for The Old Man, Bob Odenkirk for Better Call Saul, and then Adam Scott for Severance. I think it's unfortunate they nominated 2 Better Call Saul people because I think they're both going to cancel each other out. I think Adam Scott is winning this one.
I would love that.
I would too. He was great in Severance.
And then like he actually has like one of those faces that never ages either.
True. He's one of those that hasn't really aged much. I noticed a little bit of like just a small amount of wrinkles on his face in Severance, but it's like, but he's like aging like really, really, really well to the point where it's like it's very hard to tell, but there was a little bit of stuff.
Yeah, because I've been watching him since the 90s.
Oh yeah.
And Boy Meets World. You see, guys, what we're talking about. That's him in 1995.
Yeah. And he still looks almost just as good. Like it's insane. Then you've got outstanding performance by a female actor in a drama series. You got Jennifer Coolidge for The White Lotus, Elizabeth Debicki for The Crown, Julia Garner for Ozark, Laura Linney for Ozark, and then Zendaya for Euphoria. This has The White Lotus in the right category now, because now that it's more than one season, it's going to get season 3. I feel like it should be out of the limited series.
But though, I also could argue too, though, what else it belongs in?
What?
The comedy.
True.
That's a comedy.
So it's kind of like a
Reverse Bear.
It's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's also like, okay, so you've got it in the one step closer into the, like, you don't have it in like complete category fraud. It's not like in limited series, but then it's also like still somewhat category fraud at the same time. So it's like kind of interesting. But yeah, for me, I think it's just Jennifer Coolidge. I mean, spoilers for The White Lotus. It's her literally I mean, just like Laura Linney for Ozark, it's Jennifer Coolidge's last chance. So I think that's going to play a big part into it. And then outstanding performance by an ensemble in a drama series. We've got Better Call Saul, The Crown, Ozark, Severance, and The White Lotus. Now, maybe I would do this with The Crown just because I haven't caught up on it, but like, I don't know what I would take out here because this is one of the best ensemble like TV categories in a long time. Like, this is amazing lineup. But like House of the Dragon though had such a good ensemble. Like every performance in that just killed it. That it's like I don't know.
Just like Severance did too. All of them did.
Yeah, and so it's just like I don't know what I would have taken out to put in House of the Dragon, but House of the Dragon though definitely was. I got stunt ensemble, but definitely should have been more in the conversation. But those are a great pick. I think I think this is his last chance. I personally would be rooting for Better Call Saul, but I think though that the White Lotus, and I'm not going to be upset because I think that ensemble isn't like so good. I think that's winning here for sure.
Yeah, because like like this is a weird thing I'm going to say about the White Lotus too. One of the actors in it gave one of the greatest performances ever and is considered one of the greatest performances, but he's kind of an underrated actor because like no one talks about him period anymore really.
Which actor?
F. Murray Abraham, the grandpa.
Yeah, and and also for a long time too, he was considered one of the greatest actors like period. Just in general.
Yeah, he also looks great for his age too.
Yeah,
You know how old he
83,
is?
83,
Yeah.
right? Something like that. Yeah, it's insane. Like he looks really, really good. So does the guy Michael Imperioli. I mean, I know he's not nearly as old, but he's looking good for his age.
You know who else does though is still who will always top them. I hope he would fit in the White Lotus is Ian McShane.
Oh yeah, Ian McShane. He would actually be good in the White Lotus.
He's actually 80.
Wow. Yeah, he's looking good for 82. So now we're into the movie categories.
Yes.
Which is definitely some interesting picks here. Some shocks, some surprises, some major snubs, stuff we're going to talk about all here.
Oh yeah, too about the movie category though. I forgot to throw a tribute out there. R.I.P. to David Crosby, who's in my favorite movie of all time, Hook. So yeah, just.
Oh, did he did he just pass away or?
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
you know what he was in Hook?
Who?
Remember the pirate that they stepped on the board and he got hit in the balls, or the one that says "Long live the Hook"?
Oh yeah, that's
him. Yeah. He's part of the group too. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young.
Wow, yeah, that's that. I see you wearing your hook shirt.
Yes,
so
yeah.
It's a great way of I'll have to watch Hook now again soon just to
Backdraft. He's in Backdraft too.
Yeah, he was in Backdraft. Maybe I'll watch that because I haven't seen Backdraft in a long time, so I might rewatch that again. But outstanding performance by a female actor in a supporting role. The nominees are Angela Bassett, for Black Panther. Almost said the Black Panther. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Hung Chow for The Whale. She gets in. Carrie Condon for The Banshees of Inisherin. Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once. And then the one that made me just fist bump. I was so happy. Was Stephanie Hsu for Everything Everywhere All at Once. This made me so happy. She absolutely deserves to be there alongside Jamie Lee. That's the thing, is if you're going to nominate Jamie Lee, you better nominate Stephanie Hsu. It better not be the other way around, because it's just because Stephanie Hsu is far better of a performance than Jamie Lee Curtis was. But that made me really happy, and I could see that being the Oscar 5. Like, there is a good chance that could be the Oscar 5. I have someone else who got in at BAFTA replacing Stephanie Shu, unfortunately, but I think though that could be the Oscar 5. There's a good shot there. For best performance by a male
Oh,
actor.
wait, I could see though, Angela Bassett winning though.
Oh yeah, I can see her winning here, or I could see. Well, I think because there are, yeah, I think you're right because there are two Everything Everywhere All at Once actors here. I think they will cancel each other out. I don't think Jamie Lee Curtis now is going to win or Stephanie
And,
Shu
and if, and
because of
if she
that.
does win it though, it's over. It's over. If Angela Bassett wins, it is over.
What if like out of the blue though? What if like Hong Chao wins or
Yeah, then
Carrie
then
or
things will get interesting. But
or
like
Carrie Condon? Then things would be like, oh, okay. Because even though I was shocked, and we're gonna get to the BAFTAs here soon, I was shocked to see the BAFTAs of all places give Angela Bassett. Because I just don't really feel like they're the type that award comic book movies on that level to give Angela Bassett the nom. Um, so if there's still a chance that like if Carrie Condon wins the BAFTA or Hung Chao wins the BAFTA, there's still a chance that maybe that could indicate a win for one of those two. But I don't
yeah,
think the conversation is going to be between Jamie Lee Curtis and Angela Bassett anymore. I actually think the conversation is between Angela Bassett and Hung Chao. But
yes.
we will have to see which one.
Do you know which two actresses though I hope get their time because they're both really good and then like is actually like Kelly Riley from
Oh yeah,
Yellowstone and then Rose Byrne.
yeah. I would just Rose Byrne just needs to be in that like perfect Oscar project, and then I think
Because
she could. I
she's good
think
enough.
she could.
She is.
I think she could definitely get nominated at some point. For outstanding performance by a
Wow.
male
Apparently, too, I
actor.
just read though too. Carrie Condon's
But
actually in the MCU
who does she play in the MCU?
Friday.
Right. Oh yeah, the Tony Stark's
Yes.
like little robot thing that he had named Friday. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't
And
realize
I
that was
forgot that
her
she was in
voice.
Three Billboards too.
Yeah, she had a very short part in Three Billboards, but I remember her in that. Um, and it's because Mark McDonough loves to reuse. He's one of those directors that likes to reuse actors.
Yep, she's also in Better Call Saul.
Really? Who did she play in that?
Stacey Erman Trout.
Oh my god. Mike's Mike's daughter-in-law. Wow. I did not realize that.
She's really good though.
That's so true. That was Carrie Condon. Wow. So she's been in some incredible stuff. For best outstanding performance by a male actor in a supporting role, this one, I think, even going into Oscars, I think out of every category, this is the category I would feel safest betting on if I
I
was to
wouldn't.
bet.
I wouldn't.
Really?
Like this is a very close second, but we'll get to the first, and you know what it is.
Okay. But for me, it's for outstanding performance by a male actor in a supporting role. I think that the nominees are Paul Dano for The Fabelmans, Brendan Gleeson for everything. Wow, Brendan Gleeson was not in that movie. Okay, I read Q Quad's name.
But Marcel the Shell is though.
But Brendan Gleeson for The Banshees of Inisherin, Barry Keoghan for I think it's how you pronounce his name now. I've just found out like Barry Keoghan for The Banshees of Inisherin, and then Q Kwan for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and then Eddie Redmayne for The Good Nurse. Eddie Redmayne, I thought was just going to be the Jared Leto of this year, and we'll get into BAFTAs, but like he got in there. I think this is actually like year 5 right here. I think that this is for sure your like
I've never seen The Good
Oscars
Nurse
5.
yet,
I haven't either, but
I've heard not great things.
I've heard not great things. I have heard that his performance is like one of those like super showy kind of kooky performances, but I think it can get in because he's a past Oscar winner. They love him, stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe he misses, but I think he gets in. So I think this is the 5, and it would be great, even though it's for like the wrong movie. Paul Dano finally getting an Oscar nom. That would be
Yeah, but like
so long overdue.
I actually think that like Barry, Keogh is actually better than Brendan Gleeson. He's more subtle.
Yeah, I think he was. I think he was even better too.
Do you know what I compare him to though this year? Even this is a weird comparison though.
What?
Jesse Plemons last year.
Yeah, I could see that.
And last year, remember, I was predicting Jesse Plemons to get in since the beginning.
You were, and I got in there. And right now, literally both these Banshees boys have not missed a single award. They literally have gotten in everywhere. That's why they are like for sure locks. Both of these Banshees boys and deserving.
Even though that like it could be argued about Brendan Gleeson too, that he's in the wrong category too.
Yeah, you could argue that because he seems the movies is both about him and Colin. So they're both kind of considered leads, in my opinion. Barry is full on supporting though.
Yes, yeah. No, I'm not arguing
at
all.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing Barry at all. Barry is supporting.
Yeah, Barry for sure full on is supporting, but Brendan could be considered lead. I could definitely see an argument there. But this is hands down. This is Keo Kwan's.
Yes, yeah. This is the second easiest category to predict.
He's gonna he won the Globe. He won the Critics' Choice. He's gonna be sweeping everywhere. The only reason why it may not be the easiest is just because BAFTAs love their like kind of British or Irish film. Like they love McDonough. They gave Best Picture to 3 Billboards. They gave Frances McDormand, Martin McDonough. They gave all them like big awards there. So like they love Martin McDonough movies. And so I could see like maybe Brendan winning at BAFTA only. But I'm still not even there. I'm not even like fully confident because I thought the same with Power of the Dog, but at BAFTA. But then Troy Kotzer won the BAFTA as well. So I think Keo Kwan's just gonna kind of sweep everywhere. Personally, outstanding performance by a female actor in a leading role. Is this the one that you think is?
Which one, actress or actor? Sorry.
This is female actor.
Yeah, yes. This one I think is more of a lock than.
Because I actually think this one is just slightly less of a lock, and the only reason why. Well, I'll name off the nominees first, but we got Cate Blanchett in Tar, Viola Davis for The Woman King, Ana de Armas for Blonde.
She's gonna be coming to my predictions.
I think so too. She get in a Globe. We're gonna talk about the BAFTAs here soon, but SAG and BAFTA, that is like 3 major precursors. So yeah, I could definitely see Ana de Armas getting in for Blonde, and then Daniel Deadwyler for Till, and then Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Now, this is gonna be why I'm not fully confident on Cate Blanchett here. I think Cate, she won the Critics' Choice. I think Cate is going to win BAFTA, and that's for sure going to indicate a win to the Oscar. The reason why I'm not 100% confident, I'm still like 90%. That's high. But the reason I'm not like 100% confident that she's going to win here is because like the actors branch, they have such respect for Michelle Yeoh, and they all love her. They all have been saying like, oh yeah, she's long overdue, this and that. And it feels like, because Everything Everywhere All at Once, there's nothing in getting in its way of winning ensemble. It's for sure winning ensemble. And I think that like there is a good argument to be made that Michelle Yeoh wins at SAG only. And then well, and she won the Globe for comedy. Uh but that the fact that if she won here, then you get I feel like you get a more interesting kind of race between Kate
Yes.
and Michelle Yeoh because it's definitely down to those two for sure.
I feel like though, like this is a weird year, and we don't, and we say this every year, but this year really feels like it. Like if those performances, if not like any of these five that come out in any other year, they'd be winning.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just one of those things where uh, there's that one performance that's like such a powerhouse, and that's the reason why Kate Blanchett I still have winning here is because of the fact that like when you look at all these other ones, well, okay, not all these other ones, but like because Ana de Armas and Daniel Day-Lewis are still like the standouts in their films, but when you look at everything everywhere all at once, people will tell you that standout is Kia Kwan, or some people will even say Stephanie Shu, or something like that. Like it's one of those things where there's not specifically one actor that stands out above the rest. Kate Blanchett, that is fully her movie.
Just like in Till, though, too.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you see Till yet?
Not yet. I'm going to get around to it here very very soon. But that's another example where Daniel Deadweiler, it's like her movie where she is giving that powerhouse performance. Same with like Ana de Armas and Blonde. Like that's kind of like the same kind of thing there. And that's why I think Ana de Armas is doing it so well because it's all riding on her and her performance. So yeah, I think this is your Oscars 5, honestly, right here. I think this is
Did you miss? Oh, then she's missing. Then
Michelle Williams.
yeah, she wasn't that great in my opinion.
Yeah, she was over the top. I thought she was so like kind of goofy in her performance here. And and honestly, she's like she kept on campaigning in lead. And I'm like, she should have campaigned in supporting. I feel like she would have had a better chance of getting in if she campaigned in supporting.
So
Personally.
then, like Judd Hirsch is done.
Yeah, no. He hasn't gotten in anywhere. So he's done for sure. Outstanding performance by a female actor in a leading role, or I already did that. A male actor in a leading role. We've got Austin Butler for Elvis, Colin Farrell, The Banshees of Inisherin, Brendan Fraser, The Whale, Bill Nighy for Living, all expected. But then we've got Adam Sandler for Hustle. Like, whoa, this was a big surprise. I haven't seen Hustle yet, but I am definitely
okay. In June,
definitely
I was
intrigued.
like, he's gonna get a nomination. He deserves to. But now, no, I'm not saying his performance was bad. His performance was great. It's just so he was better, and
Yeah, but yeah, I don't think Adam Sandler gets in. He's in my honorable mentions now that he got the SAG, but like I don't think he gets in. I think this is a SAG only type of situation because sometimes they'll do that where it's like Lupita Nyong'o and Us, or something like that, to where it's that weird kind of pick that they have that doesn't get in anywhere else. And so I think that Adam Sandler is that pick. I don't think it's going to translate to Oscars, but I also don't see this whole like narrative of Tom Cruise being the one that gets in because like he has not gotten in anywhere.
and then
Like,
he was good.
yeah,
He was good, but he wasn't.
like Tom Cruise needed this. He needed
He was
SAG.
he was Tom Cruise in the movie.
He was, and but um, that's why I think one of the smaller kind of either Paul Mescal or Jeremy Pope might get in instead. And when we do
I hope
our,
it's Paul Mascow.
I hope so too. But whenever we do our Oscar noms. I'm gonna have one of those two in. But I could see Adam Sandler as like a very, very, very outside shot. If they're all like, we're sorry about Uncut Gems
And Reign Over Me.
and stuff like that. Yeah, if they wanted to do something like that, I
Because
could
like
maybe.
I honestly think
Yeah.
that Uncut Gems, I know this is in popular opinion, it's his second best performance. Still, Reign Over Me is his best performance.
Yeah.
Literally, that scene in the therapist's office when he's
Oof,
talking to Don Cheadle, that's an Oscar clip if I've ever seen one.
true.
And
That's
how long
just
was that monologue?
right.
Like 3 to 4 minutes or something?
Something like that. Yeah. It's a long one. And it was very, very good. Outstanding performance by a cast in a motion picture. We've got Babylon, The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fablemans, and the one that made me fist pump. And I hope this can translate to, even if it's like a low 10th spot for Best Picture. I hope this can indicate it getting in Best Picture, and that's Women
Oh,
Talking.
wait. Like, we never talked about our picks for Best Actor. I forgot.
Oh, yeah. You're right. So who do you have as your prediction for
I think
Best
Brendan
Actor?
Fraser is going all the way now.
We're going to talk about it here with the Critics' Choice soon, but he gave what might be the most emotional speech this award season. And a lot of times those kind of speeches can help. I've been saying since the beginning, and if he wins, I'm going to go back and be like, I told you since the beginning of this award season. Everyone's all like, oh, but Austin Butler is that very saggy kind of pick. But for me, I think because it is a group of actors that are voting, it's the actors branch. This isn't a group of critics. This isn't a group of, stuff like that. This is an actors branch, and actors have this like huge appreciation for Brendan Fraser now. That's why they all stood up and gave me like a 10-minute standing ovation at Cannes. That's why they gave him a like standing ovation when he won the Critics' Choice Award. Like, these actors love Brendan Fraser. And because of that, I think he is going to win here. Now, Colin might win the BAFTA. There is a chance he could still win that. But
Yeah.
Brendan, though, I think he's winning SAG, and I think that's going to translate to an Oscar win. So, because I see The Whale kind of picking up steam here lately. Whereas I feel like Elvis still has steam. It's still getting in all these places, but I feel like it's slowly losing steam, where The Whale is like picking up steam. So I could see it being definitely the front runner here.
Oh, yeah, too. And the Razzies and Noms came out like today too.
Oh, really? Wow.
I'm not happy with them. Let me tell you, I'm not happy with them.
Oh boy.
And guess what leads the way with the most nominations?
What?
Blonde.
Yeah, I thought so, because everyone hates that. Most everyone hates that movie. I hope they didn't nominate, because then that she could be an Oscar nominee and a Razzie nominee if they nominated Ana de Armas.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, I don't know yet, but she was not Razzie worthy at all.
Oh no, not at all. Outstanding performance by cast in a motion picture. You've got Babylon, The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fablemans, and then Women Talking. So for me, this is, what I purely would hope would win is Women Talking. There is not one bad person in that ensemble. It's one of those, the only reason why, and I always have said this, the reason why that's not getting any acting noms outside of this is because you watch it and they're all equal. You know how like Kate Blanchett, she's far superior to everyone in Tar. Brendan Fraser, far superior to everyone in The Whale. Has all this stuff. But it's like, but with Women Talking, Jessie Buckley, just as good as Claire Foy, just as good as Rooney Mara, just as good as Ben Whishaw, just as good as Frances McDormand, just as good as, like, literally they're all just as good as each other. So there's not one person that stands out above the rest. And that's why, and that can be a major problem when you're like trying to it's like the mass situation where I feel like they were all just as good with each other. It wasn't like one stood out above the rest. I feel so. It's like
Just like in the menu.
yeah, also like in the menu as well. So so that can kind of be an issue when talking about like the acting noms and everything. And that's why I think it's not really been performing that well. But I'm glad it got in here because it definitely deserves to win here. But I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is going to take it. I think it's winning ensemble and a motion picture. And then that'll help. That and the Critics' Choice Award win will help segue to its
Yeah.
Best Picture win at the Oscars. So
Yeah, she actually she missed on a Razzie nomination. Ana de Armas did.
oh, thank God. Okay.
But there is the one like unfair one though too on the worst actress list.
What?
Bryce Dallas Howard
For Jurassic World Dominion?
She wasn't Razzie worthy at all.
No, she wasn't Razzie worthy. She wasn't like great or
no, but guess who got a double nominee for as Razzie though this year?
Who?
Tom Hanks.
Oh man,
Pinocchio?
he was the Jared Leto of this year.
Yeah, for and then he also got nominated for worst supporting actor
for Elvis.
Yes.
Oh man, that's great. I'm so happy he didn't get in for Elvis here. I thought the SAGs were going to give it to him because that'd be like that weird, Jared Leto and the Little Things kind of pick. But
and they literally had the weirdest nomination of the whole award show for Razzies, though.
What?
Okay, you remember the guy that played Charlie Chaplin's son?
Uh-huh.
He got in for worst supporting actor.
Really? For Blonde?
Yes.
That's so weird. Like, that is strange. That's okay. But yeah, so what do you think is winning outstanding performance by a cast in a motion picture?
I think that Everything Everywhere All at Once will win, but though watch out for Banshees of Inisherin too.
Yeah. I think Best Picture is definitely between those two now. I think it's for sure because I think Banshees is winning BAFTA and Everything Everywhere All at Once is winning here in Critics' Choice. So I think it's definitely between those two now for Best Picture. We didn't do this yet, but outstanding action performance by a stunt ensemble in a motion picture.
Finally, this year it's actually better than last year.
Yeah, and even better than 2019 when they put like Joker and like the Irishman in there and stuff like that.
No. Do you which one though surprised me though last year?
Which one?
When Belfast.
Oh yeah. Or like that one pick whenever they did Trial of the Chicago 7 and they put that in for outstanding performance by a stunt ensemble. I was like, really? Trial of the Chicago 7, a courtroom drama? It was so yeah, they've always done like those weird picks, but this year it's actually all worthy stunt ensemble kind of performances. With Avatar: The Way of Water, The Batman, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Top Gun: Maverick, and The Woman King. Now there is one that's missing here, and that is RRR. Unfortunately,
you know what else I heard though could have been nominated here?
What?
Bullet Train.
Yeah, I would have been okay with that. The stunts and the action in that movie were top notch. So I would have been okay with that. But here I think it's definitely going to Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, I think that's for sure going to be the stunt ensemble one.
Do you know what always is weird though? You hopefully like when the next one comes out, it'll break through and actually get a nomination. What's the Knives Out cast?
Yeah, that didn't
They've never been nominated yet.
And yeah, they never were nominated for this category. Also, Babylon gets in here, and both Brad Pitt and Margot Robbie missed. Just wanted to throw that out there. That's kind of
I will be buying Babylon when it comes out.
Same. But yeah, that's because
I had 4 walkouts in that movie though.
I think I own all of Damien Chazelle's other movies. So
I had 4 walkouts in that movie too.
Oh really? Wow, that's not surprised. It's interesting that the most walkouts of the year for me was The Fabelmans.
They actually
Like,
okay, and then I'm
a
thinking,
ton of
well,
people were walking out of my theater for that movie.
and then I do what I'm thinking though. If you walk out, they should have waited. You know why?
Why?
They didn't really have that much left either.
How much?
They left on the scene right before Tobey Maguire showed up.
Oh yeah, that's not that long. That's like maybe 20 minutes left in the movie. So, yeah, they definitely should have waited there. But yeah, I think that's one in there. Now, same for action performance by a stunt ensemble in a television series. You've got Andor, The Boys, House of the Dragon, Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, and Stranger Things. I guess The Boys is what I would say should win. But I think it's going to be either Andor or House of the Dragon.
I think it could be also. I think it's between or Stranger Things.
Yeah,
But though, like House of Dragon should win, but but I think that Rings of Power actually had pretty good action.
Yeah, I still need to finish up that show, but with that though, we can move on to the BAFTA since we mentioned them a lot.
Did you finish Andor?
Onto the BAFTA nominees. I'm on like episode 6 right now, so I'm slowly but surely.
Do you like it still?
Up. It's getting way better for me. Like I think that it's like actually a good show now.
And plus, I don't get the stunts though because there's not really that much action.
Yeah, I mean, there's action, but it's like more like a war movie type of thing than it is, what we're used to with Star Wars. But the ones that is not wrong. Okay, here. So the one that I am going to we're going to talk about next here, since since it's like a good segue is the BAFTAs. They just released their picks for what they nominated, and I watched them live, and yeah, there are some surprising picks here. The most nominated film was All Quiet on the Western Front with 14,
which is a good movie.
It is, but
it's not amazing though. It's not like the original.
I think out of like that Dunkirk in 1917, though, I think it is the best of those three.
I'd put it right in the middle for me. 1917, then this, then Dunkirk.
Yeah, I'd probably. I could understand that, but
which Dunkirk grew on me though.
But now 1917, because of its BAFTA sweep, I might have it in at the Oscars. We'll see it.
Picture, you think?
Yeah, I think they always nominate one foreign film, and I thought for a long time it was going to be Decision to Leave, and then I thought it was going to be RRR because of the Critics' Choice. But now I'm thinking it's All Quiet. We'll see,
I think though RRR. Wait though, and plus two, like I think like RRR could be a Spencer situation. You know why?
Why?
Because it does not look good. RRR does not look kindly on British imperialism too.
Yeah, that's a good point. So it could be something just like that, because it missed completely here at the BAFTAs, and there's some other films too that like got completely goose egged at the BAFTAs that we're going to talk about that are like completely shocking. But
and then too like like about the award stuff, that I was just thinking about it too. Like I hope Christopher Guest gets some nominations in the future too. He's really good.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
I can see Nolan also liking his stuff.
Yeah, I can see that. The best film of the year, After Sun, it performed all right, but it did. I wish it performed better. Here, it got outstanding British film. The nominees are After Sun, absolutely deserving. Banshees of Inisherin,
absolutely deserving.
Brian and Charles, which I want to see. That's on Peacock. I saw the trailer. I was like, that looks really delightful. So I want to see that. I've heard good things. Empire of Light.
It's weird though, because do you know what the Rotten Tomato score is?
It's like 45% or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's like the Don't Look Up. this year for them or something like that.
And then, like, do
I
you know
don't
what
know.
do you know what the Iron score is? Though 74.
Okay, I mean that's not bad, but it's not amazing either. Um, and then you've got Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, which I do
I
want to
haven't seen
see.
that yet. I do now, kind of.
Um, and then you have Bill Nye or Bill Nye. You have the movie Living. Bill Nye did get into it though, but you have
I never saw it.
Living. I don't even think it's available here yet. I have to look and see,
Oh,
but
because it also like has a girl who I think is actually underrated as an actress too.
yeah, a girl from who played Amy from uh Sex Education.
Yes, and then it
Um,
also like has this guy, right, who literally looks like he could be Harry Styles. Harry Styles combined with like Barry Keoghan's twin. Combine them.
oh really? Wow.
Hold on, let me.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, Harry
Maybe.
Styles and then Barry Keoghan combined into one person.
Yeah, I could see that
But yeah, but Barry Keoghan's a way better actor.
for sure. Um, and then you have Matilda the musical.
I never saw that, which I heard that was
Yeah,
I heard it was
I heard it.
delightful.
Yeah, I actually heard some good things. I mean, I want to check it out soon because I've heard some surprisingly good things. And then See How They Run, which I saw, and it was like
I heard it's pretty bad.
it was a disappointment. It wasn't like bad, but it was just
What
meh,
about Amsterdam?
you know. Amsterdam,
Was that worse?
yeah, definitely. The Swimmers, which is a Netflix film, which I never got to see, but I heard good things about. And then The Wonder, which I do want to see. I heard some good things about that one.
Yeah, because I heard it's actually a horror
Um,
movie.
yeah, which is interesting. And Florence Pugh in horror movies, we know how that is. Um, but that is what we have there for outstanding British film, outstanding debut by a British writer, director, or producer. Again, you've got After Sun, Blue Jean, Electric Milady, Good Luck to You, Leah Grande, Rebellion, and those are the 5 nominees. But yeah, um, very strong pick choice there for After Sun. Oh yeah, what's your pick for outstanding British film? I think it's
I
Banshees, but
hope Banshees, but I hope that After Sun sneaks it in.
I hope so too. Um, I won't complain either way, but
No, 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 no.
I definitely think that
Hey, they were both in my top
um,
3, so
exactly. But yeah, but film not in the English language. You have one of many nominees for All Quiet on the Western Front. Argentina, 1985.
Argentino.
Argentina. Uh, Corsage. Decision to Leave. The Quiet Girl. Which, by the way, there's another shocking nominee for The Quiet Girl. We're going to talk about here soon. That film is definitely getting in for the international Oscar, I think. So that's kind of
Argentina
cool.
already is in, I think.
Oh yeah, Argentina 1985 is for sure, and I think it's like because it won the Globe. I think it's like second in this category now, right behind All Quiet. And then for documentary, you've got All That Breathes, which I still do want to see, but All the Beauty and the Bloodshed,
I still wanna see that one too.
which is my favorite documentary of the year so far, and then Fire of Love, and then Moon Age
I wanna
Daydream.
see that too.
Yeah, I've heard Moon Age Daydream is really
And
good.
then plus too, like, you know what's weird about it? It was actually played on an IMAX screen.
Oh, re really? Yeah, that's what, I heard because I hear it's like a kind of that, like, almost like the Beatles Get Back kinda thing where it's like a very big kinda
Yeah.
concert experience such type of movie, so I'm definitely curious in checking that out, and then Navalny, which or Navalny or however you say it, um, and that which that might be the 5 at the Oscars, I don't know, we'll have to see, but, animated film, this one now, other than Q Kwan, I feel like this is the one I would actually bet on because the Oscars, I think it's very, 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 very much a lock that Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is winning.
What if No Turning Red wins at the Oscar because it is Disney?
I might literally just scream and just be upset because that movie is so overrated.
Oh yeah, too. And plus, Marcel the Shell, Jenny Slate was also in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
True, she was. She was
a
in
lot
both,
of people complain about that scene,
and they're both A24 movies. Yeah, I know because of the dog.
No.
Oh, really?
No. I meant no is because they said it's anti-Semitic. Because remember, she called her Big Nose.
Oh, okay. I heard a lot of complaints saying it was animal cruelty when they kicked the dog or whatever.
Oh no. I meant before.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because she's not that funny in my opinion, really.
No, but she was very delightful as a she-shell for sure.
I never saw that yet.
And then Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which was the biggest surprise of 2022 for me. And then Turning Red. So they have 4 instead of 5 nominees for Best Animated Feature Film. For Best Original Screenplay.
Do we do director though?
I might save director just because it's such a big category. But original screenplay, we've got The Banshees of Inisherin, Mark McDonough, Everything Everywhere All at Once, for Daniel Kwan, Daniel Scheinert. The Fabelmans, it gets in here despite not getting in very many other places here at the BAFTAs. And then Tar, Todd Field, and then Ruben Östlund for Triangle of Sadness.
Do you think I'll like that movie? Because I'm.
If you like The White Lotus, it's like.
I love The White Lotus. I love the menu.
It's very like The White Lotus, but in movie form. So, I think it's.
How's Woody Harrelson in it?
Oh, he's great, but he's only in the film for maybe 12 minutes. He's.
Okay, I hope when it comes out on DVD, they don't lie and say, and Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Because, do you know which one, though, is the biggest thing of that?
What?
Once Upon a Time in America.
Why? What actor?
Do you know how it says Angelo Pesci?
Oh, yeah.
He maybe has 2 scenes and 5 minutes of screen time, maybe.
Wow. Yeah, it's just because he's, I guess, the big name or something like that.
Yeah, because it has Robert De Niro and James Woods, so that should be.
Yeah, true. But yeah, for adapted screenplay, we've got All Quiet on the Western Front, Living, The Quiet Girl. That's where I talked about again. Whoa, what? The Quiet Girl gets in here? That's kind of insane.
I never even heard of that. I mean, I might have heard, I've heard of it, but yeah.
Yeah, and then She Said, and then The Whale. So this, I literally had to sit there and process for a while. I was like, whoa, something missed. And it took me 5 minutes to realize Women Talking was not here.
Yes. Oh, yeah, too, though. I had a question, though, for you about The Whale, though. Don't worry.
What?
Not a spoiler at all, I promise. Okay? Okay, you know how Jordan and them, how they did their, one location things?
Yeah.
Would The Whale qualify for you as that?
I think it would.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty much all in that one location. Because it's the only places they go is outside of the house on the front deck. But and then there's one scene where the school bus drops off Sadie Sink. And it's she's just taking a walk and outside, but that's the other than that, it's literally all just set in the house.
Yeah. But
I definitely think it could. But honestly, though, I'm not confident in saying Women Talking will win adapted screenplay anymore. I think it missing this was really, really bad, and it's just unfortunate. And I honestly think The Whale might win for adapted screenplay now at the
and
Oscars.
It was a great screenplay too. It's a great movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely, it was. It's fantastic.
In my top 10. So,
but yeah, but man, that irked me. But I mean, All Quiet just isn't really a screenplay movie for me. But it's
Just like
whatever.
1917 wasn't.
Yeah, and I think that got an adapted screenplay nom, which is kind of wild
Just
to
like how
me.
The
So
Fablemans got an original screenplay. I don't get that.
yeah, me neither. For leading actress, we've got Kate Blanchett in Tar, Viola Davis for The Woman King, Daniel Deadwyler for Till, and then we've got once again Ana de Armas for uh, Blonde, which is like, man, it's showing that it's a big contender in that category. And then we've got Emma Thompson for Good Luck to You, Leo Grande. And then Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm telling you, take out Emma Thompson, and that's your 5. That's your 5 at the Oscars, I think. And I
What
would not
about
complain.
Viola Davis though too? Oh yeah. Take out Emma
Yeah,
Thompson.
take out Emma Thompson, and then those are your 5 because Viola Davis has gotten in everywhere. So I think Viola Davis for sure is getting nominated. Um, and yeah, I think Kate Blanchett will win here. And then for leading actor, you've got Austin Butler, Colin Farrell, Brendan Fraser for The Whale, Daryl McCormack for Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, Paul Mescal for After Sun, and then Bill Nighy for Living. So, yeah, I think Paul Mescal getting in here for After Sun is huge. I think that's going to really help because he got in for Critics' Choice, and him getting in at BAFTA, I think it's one of those like kind of unlike Anthony Hopkins, who actually won it, though. I don't think he's going to win, but I think it's going
No,
to be that.
nomination is the win.
But I think it's going to be that situation of like Anthony Hopkins missing in all these different places, and then he gets in that BAFTA, and then he gets nominated for the Oscar. So I think though that like I think it's going to be like the same way with Paul Mescal. I think he's going to be that like 5th and final slot, and he
Yeah,
definitely deserves it. Um,
and
but
then you
here,
got to talk about something too, though. Brendan Fraser's the movie's peaking at the right time too.
oh yeah, right
The
when
whale is.
the noms are coming out, right when voting's about to kick off. So yeah,
No, and then
it's
too, yeah, because and then people thought the whale was dead, and I said, I'm not ready to call it dead yet, but I was close. But remember, I was stuck with it. But it's not winning Best Picture, but still, then if it gets in for picture, though, I'll be happy.
it could. It got in at PGA. Who knows? It might be able to get in for picture.
But it's not winning though.
No, it's not. But
It's too divisive.
yeah, I agree. But
Unfairly.
Colin Farrell, though, I think is going to be winning here at BAFTAs for Banshees of Inisherin.
And then I would not be mad if he won.
Oh no, I wouldn't be mad if he won the Oscar at all either, because both of them are long overdue. But
Claudia should already have won.
Support, yeah,
for Mr. Banks.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that movie?
I did, and he was great in it, so I could definitely agree with that. Supporting actress, we've got Angela Bassett getting in at the BAFTAs here for Wakanda Forever, Hung Chow for The Whale, Carrie Condon for The Banshees of Inisherin, Dolly De Leon for Triangle of Sadness, Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and then Carey Mulligan for She Said, which is kind of category fraud.
They did something really mean too, though, to Jamie Lee Curtis.
What?
One of these sites said, you got to see what Jamie Lee Curtis looks like now. So I click on it, and there's a picture of her in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, that is mean. What the heck?
Like, that's for a movie. She still looks good today.
Oh yeah, and but yeah, no, that's but Carey Mulligan, sort of category fraud. I think the Oscars are going to acknowledge that. I think your 5 are the one that you take out Carey Mulligan, and I think that's your 5. I think
is it good? Is She Said good?
It is. I enjoyed it, but it's also one of those that's like unlike Spotlight that like provides more of like depth to it. I feel like this is a here are the facts. We're going to paint the facts for you and we're going to give you the it's like a paint by numbers movie that was well done, but it feels very paint by numbers in my
Oh,
opinion.
okay.
Um
Watch out in like
but
10 years, they're gonna
it's
make a movie about Rust, I bet.
probably wait, isn't there a movie called Rust coming out soon?
No, no, I said a movie about the making of Rust.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. Um, but yeah, I think your fifth one, your like Maria de Tavera and stuff is Dolly De Leon from Triangle of Sadness. I think that's like your uh last Oscar spot there. Um, supporting actor, we've got Brendan Gleeson for The Banshees of Inisherin, Barry Keoghan for The Banshees of Inisherin, Q Kwan for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Um, I love that picture in there. Eddie Redmayne for The Good Nurse. Uh, Albert Schutz. Schutz. He was really good in All Quiet on the Western Front. And then Michael Ward for
I
Empire
don't
of Light.
I don't
So
remember him in it at all in All Quiet on the Western Front. I don't remember any of the actors in it.
yeah, he was I think that one friend that he went on that ended up like uh that he went on that like one like little side adventure with that ended up dying or something like that. I think that's him. I don't
We'll have
fully
to
remember
rewatch
either.
it if he gets nominated. I'll rewatch it if he gets nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah. But
Because I will be rewatching all the movies that get nominated for Best Picture.
oh yeah, same.
Do you know what movie though I don't think is safe for picture anymore though?
What?
Maverick.
I think it's pretty safe for pitcher. I don't think it's as high up as in pitcher is what I initially thought, but I think that is still a safe bet to be nominated for pitcher. The one I'm worried about is Women Talking. I don't think that's safe in pitcher anymore, unfortunately.
It's been
But
missing too much.
yeah, but Brent, but yeah, here Brendan Gleeson could win, but I still think they'll cancel each other out. I still think Hugh Kwan's gonna sweep here. Um, for original score, the nominees are All Quiet on the Western Front. Did have a very good soundtrack. Um, Babylon, my favorite score of the year.
I hope this is a 5.
Yeah. And then the Banshees of Inisherin, Carter Burwell. And then Everything Everywhere All at Once, Son Lux. Oh yeah, that's a great score. I didn't even think of that. That's a great score. And then Guillermo del Toro for Pinocchio. Now I don't know. Unfortunately, I think so. I think all of this could be your five, but I think you take out Everything Everywhere All at Once, and you unfortunately put in the Fablemans, and I think that's your five. I don't know. I think the Oscars are all like it's John Williams working with Steven Spielberg for like the last time or whatever, and it's like I don't know. I think that could be your whole reason.
That should be a category at the Oscars too.
Casting, I agree.
Ari says like his idea is a better thing than casting.
What?
Remember best song score?
No, what? That's so weird. But for the best mocap performance, I think, or best
Or best
animated
stunts?
performance, or best stunts, yeah, best stunts because stuntmen don't get recognized enough. I think that they should. And then best casting or casting director, stuff like that, where you award the casting director. I definitely think that this is number one on that list of like should be added to the Oscars because it's a major category. Without casting, your movie could just doesn't really work. So, but the nominees are After Sun, perfect casting of the daughter and father there. Um, All Quiet on the Western Front, Elvis.
Which actually that was a really good casting.
That was not gonna lie. Austin Butler was like perfect in that. And then Everything Everywhere All at Once, great casting. And then Triangle of Sadness, more.
Oh, but turn it back to like Everything Everywhere All at Once. Do you know why?
Why?
With that movie, I thought that maybe she's gonna turn into the Pink Power Ranger.
Oh, because she's wearing the pink
Yeah,
there.
yeah, that would work.
Yeah, and
Yeah, how crazy that movie is.
the design. It looks like it. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Um, that would have been awesome. Uh, for cinematography, the nominees are All Quiet on the Western Front, which is still my favorite cinematography of the year. I thought that like the cinematography in that is beautiful. And then the Batman from Greg Fraser, uh, Elvis, Empire of Light, and Top Gun Maverick. This could very well be your 5 at the Oscars. I might actually predict it as the 5 in the Oscars. I had Bardo in for a while, but I don't think that's getting cinematography anymore. So I
I
think
heard it's not good anyway.
I heard that's your 5 for. I think that's your 5 for the Oscars. And then here for editing, we've got All Quiet on the Western Front.
Which I actually think, though, no joke, low key, this is the most important category, and I mean the most important thing in film.
I agree. I think other than of course the director, because director.
Even editing a little bit more than directing. You know why?
Why?
Because they're the one that actually assembles the film together.
That's true.
So they are technically directing it because okay, I'm one of those people that sometimes I say that like longer is better, but there's like one situation where I think that shorter is better.
And which one's that?
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. You know why?
Why?
The original cut was like 3.5, 4 hours.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking it's perfect 97 minutes.
It's perfect there, and it was done super good.
And then like I wish those that they actually like included a few more scenes. They actually cut out a full subplot, which would have made the movie better.
Which one?
She thought that he was cheating on her.
Oh yeah.
So that's why she says. Thank you for bringing my husband home.
Oh.
And she gives that relieved look. So because like he always thought that like Dell was made up.
Yeah, that would have been a.
That's the only thing that I would have added, but 4 hours for that movie.
I think so. No. I think it was fine at the length it was. But Banshees of Inisherin, which some might think is an odd editing pick, but it's one of those. Looking back at it, like I could definitely see it be like The Power of the Dog or something like that for editing this year. I could definitely see that being nominated at the Oscars.
Doesn't he look like the guy from Succession?
Yeah. Elvis. Which one?
Oh,
Brendan Gleeson. Yeah. Yeah, he looks a little bit like Brian Cox.
Yeah, and then he sounds a little bit alike too.
Yeah, I see it.
But yeah, this movie should not be in editing.
Elvis. God. Everything Everywhere All at Once should be winning editing.
But it's not going to get nominated.
No, it'll get nominated the Oscar.
No.
Really?
Oh, look, I'm like pretty sure it won't get nominated at all.
I thought it was on the short list.
Oh, look.
I think it was visual effects that it missed, but I thought that Everything Everywhere All at Once was in the editing shortlists. You look that up on through top.
Okay, never mind. They didn't have a shortlist for the editing.
Oh, okay. So there's still potential it could.
Yeah.
But then there's Top Gun Maverick for editing as well, which I think is probably going to win here and at the Oscar. Then you've got production design, All Quiet on the Western Front, my pick, Babylon, The Batman, Elvis, and then a very surprising but so well deserved Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. That was delightful to see because it's still production design. The whole like set that they crafted there and built there, like that's still production design. So yeah,
Do you know why? Do you know which? Okay, like I loved it like when Babylon almost became a horror film.
Yeah, I love that too.
Did you think that was kind of a horror film or no?
I mean it definitely has like horror elements, but
no, I meant the scene with Tobey Maguire.
Going
down that dark hallway, and then
yeah,
with the dwarf.
Remember
the dwarf trying to get on that thing?
That was so Wild. Yeah, I definitely think there was. And then once you found out certain reveal in that scene, it's like it started getting intense. You're like, oh shoot. So yeah,
Oh well, yeah,
I could
too. Like
definitely
you know that.
see that.
Do you know like do you know who I think is the greatest production designer of all time, though, in my opinion?
Ooh,
Bo Welch,
what has Bill Welch done?
Color Purple,
Oh, nice,
Lost Boys,
nice.
Beetlejuice, Batman Returns, Edward
Oh,
Scissorhands, Wolf,
wow,
Wolf the Birdcage, Men in Black, Wild Wild West, Men in Black 2, Thor, and then like
wow,
a series, unfortunately, and then Schmigadoon.
wow. That dude is really,
He's
really
directed
good.
one movie, and it's one of the worst movies ever made, so that's why he never directed again.
Oh, which one?
Cat in the Hat.
Oh my, yikes! Yeah, that is definitely ruined Mike's
I
mind.
found that out today
Mike's
because
mind
like
career.
I was looking up the cast on, and for your consideration, it has Catherine O'Hara, and she's married to Bo Welch.
Okay, interesting. I didn't know that. But for best costume design, the nominees are All Quiet on the Western Front, Amsterdam,
I never saw it.
Babylon, two Margot Robbie movies in there back to back, Elvis, and then Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, which has some great costumes. I could definitely
Do you know
see
what
that getting in
do you know
for
what do you know what I compared that to? That not in the same way as their genres, just they're about fashion.
what?
Phantom Thread of this year.
Yeah, I could see that, honestly. Um,
They're both very different movies, though, right?
oh yeah, yeah. Far
This is one of the locks of the Oscars too down there.
what makeup and hair?
No, visual effects too.
Oh yeah, I agree. All Quiet on the Western Front. Uh, for this is made for makeup and hair. And then the Batman, Elvis, Matilda the musical,
Do you know why that got nominated in?
and the whale. Why?
Emma Thompson.
Okay.
Because I didn't even recognize her.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen it. Oh wow, yeah, you're right. That's she
She
almost
played
looks
Mrs. Trunchbull.
she almost looks a little bit like Glenn Close there a little bit. I don't know, that's kind of crazy. But
Or do you know who she kind of looks like too?
who?
Edie Falco in Avatar.
Yeah, I can
I think
see
she looks a
that.
bit like Edie Falco a little bit.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. So and then of course the whale gets nominated.
But I don't think it would be nominated for the Oscars.
I don't know.
Because
They
you know how that gets the thing of fat phobic too.
yeah, it's divisive, but you know what could be nominated at the Oscars just because you look at the I think I think this there is potential that this could be your five. Uh, but then you take out Matilda the musical possibly, and then you put in Amsterdam just because of Christian Bale's scar and all that. Like usually the branch of Academy voters, they in this category in particular, they don't really care about if the movie sucks or if it's divisive. Like look at Suicide Squad. That won the Oscar that year, as well as being nominated. And people were all like, "You nominated Suicide Squad for an Academy Award? What?" When it was very well deserved. So
Yeah.
it's like that could definitely be like this type of situation. Sound, we've got All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, Elvis, Tar, which is a great pick there, and then Top Gun Maverick. So I could see that kind of being your five possibly, but I could also see like the Batman maybe sneaking in there for sound or something like that.
RRR.
Or RRR, yeah, something like that. Like one of those kind of technical, kind of blockbuster kind of films. I could see those sneaking in, but I think definitely Top Gun, All Quiet, Avatar: The Way of Water, and Elvis. I think those are for sure all your like four locks for sound.
And Top Gun is winning it,
Um,
probably, or Avatar.
Probably, but well, we know what Avatar is winning. and that's special visual effects. This might be the lock of Oscar.
When people were saying, like Top Gun is gonna win visual effects, I said, wait till Avatar comes out.
Yeah, exactly. All Quiet on the Western Front, and then the Dune of this year, Avatar: The Way of Water, and then the Batman, Everything Everywhere All at Once, which unfortunately won't even get the Oscar nom because it wasn't on the short list in this category. And then Top Gun Maverick, and I think the one that because Everything Everywhere All at Once isn't getting in, I was watching the Oscar expert talk about it. Apparently, that movie 13 Lives, like you watch it and you're like, "Where's the visual effects at?" But apparently, the cave and every underwater sequence was like mostly all green screen and CGI.
I never even saw it yet,
which was insane. But like from what I've heard, people were saying that like it's kind of insane what they did there. And then for British short animation, this might help us when we do our final Oscar predictions. We've got The Boy, The Mole, The Fox, and The Horse, Middle Watch, and then Your Mountain is Waiting. And then for
that looks like that looks like Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah, I did a little bit because it was like in a laundromat. Yeah, I kind of.
And then like instead of that could be a raccoon, it'd be
yeah, I could see it.
Did you know that thing was practical?
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's insane. Like it was an actual raccoon. It was like insane. British short film. We've got The Ballad of Olive Morris. Bazinga. No, it's kidding. It's actually Bazigaga. And then Bus Girl. And then A Drifting Up. And then An Irish Goodbye. So
about Bazinga though. Okay, I was watching the movie today, and then my mom says that I showed him because it has the guy from the Big Bang Theory, Stuart, very young. My mom thought that was the guy from The Bear. My dad goes, I kind of see them looking like a little bit.
Yeah,
the comic book shop owner in Big Bang Theory.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah, a little bit. I can see it.
But like this back in 2003, so he was young.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then the EE Rising Star Award, which is voted on by the fans, so we can actually vote on this. You've got Amy Lou Wood, which is funny because she's going up against her Sex Education co-star, but for Living, you've got Daryl McCormack for Good Luck to You, Leo Grande.
Do you know who he looks like to me though too? A little bit. Okay, I get him, Jesse L. Williams, and then the guy and Jeremy Pope confused.
Also a little bit like the In the Heights guy.
A little bit, but do you know which one I mean though by Jesse L. Williams?
Why?
I'll show you. Okay, but you know who Jeremy Pope is, right?
Oh yeah. The guy who was nominated for.
Doesn't he kind of look like him too a little bit?
A little bit. Jeremy Pope is like darker though. Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
And then Emma Mackey, my girl, for Emily. And then Naomi Aki for I Want to Dance with Somebody.
I never saw that movie, did you?
No. And then Sheila Atom for I don't know what you're in, but you're Sheila Atom. So yeah, you've got those are your Rising Star Awards. Going back up, we can go to like the two major categories, which is Best Picture and Best Director. So yeah, for director here, we've got Edward Berger for All Quiet on the Western Front. Getting in there, we've got The Banshees of Inisherin for Martin McDonagh.
Oh wow! Guess what?
Park Chan-wook for Decision to Leave. Makes me so happy. He's not dead. I thought he was dead in the water.
I never saw that movie. But okay, do you know what about her though? Guess you know that Sheila. You know the one I looked her up.
Yeah,
she's already having a career that most actors dream of.
Oh really?
She's in. Okay, here's what she did this year. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness,
Oh yeah. Wow.
Pinocchio, the bad one,
Oh boy.
and then The Woman King.
Oh, I think that's what she was BAFTA nominated for here. But yeah, that's wow, that's crazy.
No. I'm just saying, like most actors, they want to work with Disney, and she's worked with Disney twice this year.
Yeah, and worked for another major company like Sony on The Woman King and stuff. So
She's also working with
cool.
Raven Jackson this year in a movie that sounds really good.
Oh really? Wow.
It says that it's called All Dirt Roads Taste of Salt.
Huh.
It says the film charts the growth, love, and heartbreak of Black women in Mississippi from her childhood years through her adult years.
Ooh, that does sound really good. I'd be
And then
definitely
one of the actresses, Moses Ingram, is really underrated too. I mean, though I thought she was okay. People said she was bad. She was in Obi-Wan. She played the third sister.
Oh yeah, she was okay.
Oh yeah, too. And then the girl from Morbius actually got a Razzie nomination too.
For what? For Morbius?
Worst supporting actress.
She wasn't that bad. And then yeah, so Park Chan-wook for Decision to Leave gets in, makes me happy there. And then the Daniels for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Tar, Todd Field, and then Gina Prince Bythewood, who got in here, and I think she got in at DGA too. So she might be in there at the Oscars. Like,
what about SS Rajamuli?
Unfortunately, he only got in at Critics' Choice. Like, maybe the Oscars could save him, but like Critics' Choice, though, that's when they had 10 nominees for Best Directors. So I don't really know if he is able to get in or not, but we shall see. And then for Best Film, your nominees are All Quiet on the Western Front, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Tar. And I could definitely see Banshees winning here, or I could even see Tar winning here. I just think Everything Everywhere All at Once, even though it did really well at BAFTA, I think it might be too weird for the BAFTA jury. So I don't know if they'll give it the award, but I think that it could definitely go to Banshees or Tar or All Quiet, but I think it's definitely more likely Banshees in my opinion. But yeah, that's your picks for the BAFTA noms.
Yep.
I think they're all pretty solid this year. We've got the J-Man in the house from Backtrack Cinema saying, "What's up, Wolfman? Hope you're doing well, buddy." But yeah, so on to Critics' Choice Awards. The Critics' Choice Awards, they have now come out with their winners, and we are going to talk about them. There's definitely some fun shocks here, surprises, stuff like that. Your full list of winners is right here. So for Best Picture, we went through the nominees at one point, so now I can just tell you what the winners are. But for Best Pictures, Best Picture, we have Everything Everywhere All at Once. Pretty much, I feel, solidifies it. This is going all the way. It's just a big, like, big Oscars kind of winner here. So, and I think this Critics' Choice Award just helped it. For Best Actress, we've got Kate Blanchett in Tar. For Best Director, we've got the Daniels for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Right pick there. And then for Best Limited Series, I can run through some of these. I think because I don't know if we went through the TV categories, but like you have like Under the Banner of Heaven, This Is Going to Hurt, Station 11, Pam and Tommy, The Offer, The Girl from Plainville, and Gaslit. And the winner was The Dropout. The Dropout ended up winning for limited series, which is a good choice there.
Never saw it.
And then for best drama series, it went to, well, you had your nominees were Yellowstone, Severance, House of the Dragon, The Good Fight, Euphoria, The Crown, Bad Sisters, Andor, and Better Call Saul. And Better Call Saul ended up winning. So good thing on them. They actually won something for once in their life.
I could see
Best
the
young,
Emmys though giving it to them.
I could see it for giving it to them. It was like a swan song, kind of goodbye this year. For best young actor / actress, we've got Gabriel LaBelle winning for The Fabelmans, which is just really, when you have Frankie Corio for After Sun, and you have
I don't.
and you've got Sadie Sink for The Whale, you give it to Gabriel LaBelle? Like, really? That's a weird pick in
And
my
he's not even.
opinion.
And he's not even that young either.
Yeah, not compared to those other ones. And like Frankie Corio would have given such a cute speech. We needed that. We needed like a cute award speech this year, and she would have given like the cutest award speech if she would have gone up there and won. But you know,
I'm
it's
sure she would have called
whatever.
Paul Mescal up on stage.
Probably something like that. At like the British Independent Film Award, she did have like a cute speech whenever it won best film. But for best comedy, it went to Glass Onion, Knives Out Mystery, over Everything Everywhere All at Once or Triangle of Sadness or Banshees there. So that's kind of interesting. That Glass Onion won best comedy. Then best acting ensemble also went to Glass Onion over stuff like Women Talking, Banshees, and Everything Everywhere All at Once. So
John Campia though actually like brought up a good point though about these series now.
what?
Okay, he says that you know like how their thing is that all these stars, right?
Yeah.
Eventually they're gonna run out of
Uh
stars
oh, stars for what series?
for the Glass Onion series.
Oh, eventually, yeah, that's
So then
true.
like you might have to recast them in different, bring back stars and recast them in new roles.
I mean, there's a lot of actors out there, so who knows?
No. I mean he
Maybe
meant
they
the
would
like the
have.
big stars.
Oh, for big stars, yeah, that's true. Um, yeah, they might have to. Uh, last week, I'm not really going to do the last week tonight with John Oliver won Best Talk TV Show. Best Comedy Special went to Norm Macdonald. Nothing Special. Love Norm Macdonald. Rest in peace. Best Foreign Language Series went to Pachinko from Apple TV Plus. Very surprised that the one everyone's been telling me to watch Alice in Borderland. Very surprised I wasn't nominated for Best Foreign Language Series. And then Best Animated Series, Harley Quinn won.
Yes. Which heard Velma's trying to be Harley Quinn.
It's bad.
Did you watch it?
I watched the first episode. Tapped out. I'm like, no, I'm done. It was bad. Best movie made for television went to Weird, the Al Yankovic story. That's good. I'm glad about that. Even though Fresh or Prey, I would have been happy winning as well. But Weird, the Al Yankovic story definitely deserved it. Best actress in a drama series went to Zendaya for Euphoria. No surprise there. And then best actor in a drama series went to Bob Odenkirk for Better Call Saul. Which, by the way, Anthony Starr, who should have always been Emmy nominated, was Critics' Choice Award nominated for The Boys, which was awesome. Just want to throw that out there because he always has been
When do you think it'll
deserving.
be? When do you think season 4 will be out? You think?
Probably by 2024, I'd imagine.
Because they don't do yearly shows anymore. It seems like.
Yeah, not the major shows at least. But yeah, some great picks in that category as well, like Adam Scott, Diego Luna, Sterling K. Brown, Jeff Bridges. But Bob Odenkirk came out on top, deserved it. Best hair and makeup went to Elvis, which if you're looking, it's so weird because if you look at I think it's winning the Oscar for makeup too, by the way. But I think if you look at like Austin Butler, like that's great makeup. But then it's very interesting because it's like Tom Hanks, it's bad makeup. So
And
it's
then
like
the ending too, and then the ending too was pretty bad makeup too.
yeah,
But that was only one shot though, but still.
yeah, I agree. But
You
like
think Elvis is in for picture or no?
oh, hands down. Like it's a lock for picture now because it's gotten in a PGA, Globe, Critics' Choice, and at BAFTA. So like, yeah, I think it's for sure a full on lock for uh best picture now. And for best visual effects, we've got Avatar: The Way of Water winning, which RRR was nominated here, so I was glad to see that. Um, and then for best editing, went to Everything Everywhere All at Once. I hope that translates to Oscars. We shall see. Um, best production design went to Babylon for recreating Hollywood. Very well deserved. Um, best cinematography went to Top Gun Maverick. Thought that was a great pick there. Um, very well deserved as well. For best comedy series, we had your nominees were Reservation Dogs, fantastic show, Reboot, Hacks, Ghosts on CBS, which I have not seen that version, but I saw the British version.
And but though the marketing was really bad for the show.
For the American version.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah, and I'm so attached to the British version now that I watched like the first episode of the American version, and I'm just like, it's not the same. Like
You know what happened though too with it?
what?
You know what the whole like marketing was like, that they're like this, oh my god, we're going through the same things they are. They're ghosts.
Wow. It's so dumb. But Better Things, which I have not seen, because there were better things to watch. See, that's a good show.
I heard that show that
Actually, the Hero is pretty good though. The Bear, Barry, and Abbott Elementary, and your winner was Abbott Elementary. So,
was it funny?
oh yeah, it's really funny. It's really hilarious. I haven't, but the show that made me laugh the hardest this year, and Reservation Dogs, it's definitely a comedy, but like it was a lot more sad this season than the last one. And like, but the show that made me laugh the hardest probably was Barry or Only Murders in the Building, which was not here at the Critics' Choice Awards. That's kind of
I
crazy.
still haven't seen it.
Um, and then of course
I
Hacks.
still haven't seen that show yet.
Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you think
Oh yeah, I think you'll really like it. And then Meryl Streep is going to be in season 3, so that's a big name. Meryl Streep, Martin Short, and Steve Martin. Like, hell yeah.
Do you know who should join though later on?
Billy Crystal.
No, BD Wong.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
No. Do you know why?
Why?
Father of the Bride reunion.
Ooh, yeah, good point.
Because like him and Martin Short played a married couple.
Yeah. So I think that would be a great reunion there, and then have Billy Crystal in there too, since they're all three like really good friends. Maybe Chevy Chase. I would love Chevy Chase and Only Murders in the Building. I think that'd be great. And he's trying to make reprimands, I've heard lately, for some of the stuff he's done. But for Best Actress in a Comedy Series, went to Jean Smart for Hacks, but you also had Christina Applegate for Dead to Me, Quinta Brunson for Abbott Elementary, Kaylee Cuoco for Flight Attendant, Renee Elise Goldsberry for Girls 5 Eva, and then Devery Jacobs for Reservation Dogs. No Jen Ortega here. It's kind of crazy. Best actor in a comedy series. It went to Jeremy Allen White for The Bear, who was the best performance. But the one that made me laugh the hardest was Matt Berry for What We Do in the Shadows, which also wasn't nominated for comedy series, by the way. But that should have been nominated for comedy series. And Matt Berry, as far as pure making you laugh, I could definitely see him being the winner. Bill Hader for Barry, Keegan Michael Smith for Reboot, which I still need to see, Steve Martin for Only Murders in the Building, and then De Parhora Wonate. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, for Reservation Dogs. So, but yeah, that was a good pick there for Jeremy Allen White. The See Her Award went to Janelle Monáe. Lifetime Achievement Award went to Jeff Bridges. Best Animated Feature, you got Guillermo del Toro, Pinocchio,
which it should win the Oscar.
I think the three locks right now is Kiyu Kwan, Avatar: The Way of Water winning for visual effects, and now Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio winning for best animated feature. I think those are.
Ari thinks so. Ari though, like Ari thinks that that like Everything Ever All at Once is a lock for picture already.
I'm not quite ready just yet. If it wins SAG, I think then I'll say it. But
if it wins BAFTA, I'll say it.
Oh yeah, if it wins BAFTA, I'll for sure be like, yep, it's for sure a lock. Nothing's touching it. But if Banshees wins BAFTA, then I might be like, okay, now we've got.
What if Banshees wins both?
Oh, that would be then an actual, like, we'd have a legit competition, a legit race on our hands. Because then it's like, you see, because then it would win Everything Everywhere All at Once, would have won Globe and would have won for Critics' Choice. And then if Banshees wins for both SAG and BAFTA, that's going to be a definite 2-horse race between those.
Yeah.
And that'll be really interesting. But for best actor in a limited series or movie made for television, it went to Daniel Radcliffe for Weird the Al Yankovic story,
yes,
which was awesome. Beating out stuff like Ben Foster in The Survivor, Andrew Garfield Under the Banner of Heaven, Samuel Jackson for The Last Days of Ptolemy Gray, Sebastian Stan for Pam and Tommy, and Ben Whishaw for This Is Going to Hurt. So that's kind of interesting that he was able to win that. And then for best costume design, went to Ruthie Carter, because she is very famous costume designer for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Because it's Ruthie Carter, I think she could win the Oscar. For best song, it went to not
gonna win the Oscar, you think?
It's considering it won the Globe and it won RR. Everyone thought Lift Me Up or Hold My Hand was going to be like sweeping, and they haven't won anywhere. And so I think because of that, I think Natu is winning. I think that's going to win the Oscar. So that's going to be pretty exciting. Best score.
Austin didn't like RRR at all.
Yeah, he literally didn't even finish watching it. Which is kind of crazy. He thought the middle half was just so boring. He liked the first half, and then the middle half he thought was like extremely boring. But a score. This anything happened at the Oscars, but it was definitely shocking. You had Hildur Guðnadóttir nominated twice for Women Talking in Tar. You had Michael Giacchino nominated for Batman. You had Justin Hurwitz nominated for Babylon. You had John Williams nominated for The Fabelmans, and Alexander Desplat nominated for Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Your winner was Hildur Guðnadóttir, not for women talking, even if it should have went to that instead, but for Tar. What?
Yeah.
It's like it had no score in the movie. Like, I think the critics listened to what Hildur Guðnadóttir released online. She released this like music inspired by Tar that like was music that she never released or something that she put in that was never in the film Tar, but like that she made for Tar or something like that. And I think they listened to that. I was like, "Ooh, this is a nice score," and then was like, decided to award it, and it's like, "Yo, that was not the actual score, people," because it's like, oh my lord, that's like a ridiculous win, but whatever. That's just how it went about. For best original screenplay, you had Daniel Scheinhardt for Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think that they could win, but it's a matter of who wins the WGA, and I could see like Banshees winning the BAFTA for screenplay and WGA, and if it wins those two, then it's sort of Banshees picking it. And then for best adapted screenplay, the Critics' Choice went to Sarah Polley for Women Talking. So who knows? Maybe that'll help it be able to still get in for the Oscar there and actually win it. I hope so, but ain't looking good for it. Best Supporting Actress, it went to Angela Bassett for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, which is just not a sure sign yet to SAGs, but sort of a sign that she could definitely win the Oscar. And then for best supporting actor, we've got Everything Everywhere All at, or we got Kia Kwan for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Obvious pick there. Best supporting actor in a comedy series went to Henry Winkler for Barry. Wow, beating out like Tyler James Williams for Abbott Elementary, Chris Perfetti for Abbott Elementary, James Marsden for Dead to Me, Leslie Jordan for Call Me Cat, and Brandon Scott Jones for Ghosts. It went to Henry Winkler for Barry, so that's a good pick though. Best supporting actress in the comedy series went to Sheryl Lee Ralph, beating out Annie Potts for Young Sheldon, Janelle James for Abbott Elementary, Marsha Gay Harden for Uncoupled, Paulina Alexis for Reservation Dogs, maybe either her or Ayo Edberry for The Bear. I would have given it to this year, but one of those two I would have awarded this year for that. But that's still a good pick though for Shirley Ralph. And then for best supporting actor in a limited series or movie made for television, your boy Paul Walter Hauser won.
Yes.
I still need to see Blackbird, but he won for Blackbird. Over Murray Bartlett from Welcome to Chippendales, who might be in The Last of Us tonight, by the way. I don't know.
I've never even seen it yet. I haven't seen Chippendales yet.
But Murray Bartlett is supposed to be in The Last of Us. I don't know when he's going to pop up, but we shall see. And then Domhnall Gleeson for The Patient, Matthew Good for The Offer, Ray Liotta for Blackbird, and then Shea Wingham for Gaslit. So
yes, Matthew, like Matthew Good, was really amazing in The Offer.
I heard. I'm definitely excited to check out that show at some point.
It's the show. Okay, like the sum is better than its parts. I mean the parts are better than the sum.
Okay, makes sense. For best supporting actress in a limited series or movie made for television, went to Niecy Nash Betts for Monster: The Jeffrey Dahmer Story. Over Juno Temple for The Offer, Melanie Linsky for Candy, Betty Gilpin for Gaslit, Dominic Fishback for Last Days of Tom Lee Gray, and then Claire Danes for Fleischman Is in Trouble. So, then your best supporting actor in a drama series went to Giancarlo Esposito for Better Call Saul. Awesome to see, beating out Matt Smith for House of the Dragon, John Lithgow for the old man. Michael Emerson for Evil, which I need to check out. I heard some really good things about Evil. Ismail Cruz Cordova for Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, and then Andre Brewer for The Good Fight. So, and your pick for best supporting actress in the drama series went to Jennifer Coolidge for The White Lotus, beating out Millie Alcock for House of the Dragon. That's awesome. She was nominated in there. And then Carol Burnett for Better Call Saul. Wow, they actually gave her full-on Best Supporting Actress one, not just
no, that's category fraud.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Rhea Seehorn's still nominated here at least, but yeah, I think that is kind of category fraud. Julia Garner for Ozark, and then Audra McDonald for The Good Fight.
Actually, like Rhea Seehorn too was actually category fraud too.
Yeah, because you could argue she's lead. For best foreign language film, the Critics' Choice knows what they're doing because they gave it to RRR. So boom, screw you, Oscars. For best actress in a limited series or movie made for television went to Amanda Seyfried for The Dropout. Very well deserved over Michelle Pfeiffer for The First Lady, Julia Roberts for Gaslit, Amber Midhunter for Prey, who was really good in that movie, Lily James for Pam and Tommy, and then Julia Garner for Inventing Anna. But Amanda Seyfried won for The Dropout. So, yeah, all around, really good picks for the Critics' Choice Awards. Anything that stands out to you or anything there?
No, just they're par for the course and wins, but still.
I think the biggest shock was definitely Tar for winning for best original score.
Yeah, but I figured that after Tar was nominated, what if the Oscars actually do nominate Tar?
Dude, I'm gonna laugh so hard on stream. I don't know why. I'm just gonna die laughing. If it's nominated for score, I'm just gonna be laughing for like 5 minutes straight. It's just gonna be like ridiculous. But yeah, who knows? Maybe it will, because we haven't seen the full list yet. There's still a chance it could. But Aiden is in the house. Says LMAO about which one. Let us know. I don't, because there's a lot of LMAO kind of things we talked about as far as nominees and wins here. But yeah. Also, you know what I see sweeping? This is like a thing of predicting for next year. In the TV categories, sweeping it like Critics' Choice and Emmys and Globes and all that stuff in TV.
What?
The Last of Us. I think that's going to be like.
Yes.
I think that's going to be like the big.
Or what about though? What about the Bear too?
Yeah, the Bear.
And Ted Lasso.
Yeah, the Bear, and then Ted Lasso for once that comes back. I don't know when that's coming back. They haven't announced.
Yeah, they said spring.
Yet, but they said spring of this year.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So maybe that's like March or April. I don't know yet, but yeah, I could definitely. But Ted Lasso season 3 is probably going to sweep, and then the drama show is probably going to be like The Last of Us or something like that, which would be pretty cool to see. But which is a good segue to talking about tonight, guys. We've got a new Last of Us episode coming out, and then we will do another after show for you guys. I just need to talk to Nolan and the rest of probably just Nolan tonight, and then but I'll see if our special guest is able to make it tonight as well too. I'll talk to them and see if they're able to make it and such. But yeah, it's exciting time to be to be a video game fan, to be a TV fan, all that fun stuff. But
yes, and I've been replaying The Last of Us. So,
you've been replaying it?
Yeah, and I just got done with a really hard part that was annoying.
Which one?
When you were upside down.
Oh yeah.
That's right in the
That's
middle of it, huh?
that is, yeah.
That's in the middle of the game,
kind of.
right?
Yeah, I think it is. Was that after you met Bill, or was that like
That was
before you?
right before. Remember, Bill had the traps.
Oh yeah. That's right before you meet Bill. Yeah, I think that is in the middle of the game. Then, if
Wow.
I'm
So I started playing it on Sunday night
wow, cool.
because I know
Uh,
because like, I know where to like put the boards and stuff now.
yeah, it's kind of hard whenever you first play it, but now it's like actually more doable. But real quick before we sign off, since we've got a little bit of time, I'll we can talk about the PGA awards real quick. What got nominated there?
Which I'm happy about.
The Producers Guild of America awards. Um, the nominees are yeah, here it is. Wow, the Variety makes an article that I didn't even realize until just now, but they're right. That PGA Award nominations: The Whale and 4 blockbuster sequels recognized. Films directed by women shut out. And it's kind of true, but um, your award for outstanding producer of theatrical motion pictures. The PGA is always the most accurate of what, like,
Sometimes.
there's usually like around 2, I think, that miss best picture.
I thought you meant for winning. Do you know why though? I remember one year The Big Short
Oh
won
yeah,
the PGA.
yeah, that's true. But then sometimes PGA can't. Like Green Book won PGA, and then Green Book also went to win Best Picture.
And
I
Coda
think
won the
Coda
PGA.
won PGA, yeah, then Coda went to win Best Picture. So sometimes it definitely can correlate to a Best Picture win. But
I think
usually,
one year, I remember one year though, the team that actually like a movie that actually like won PGA didn't even get nominated for picture. I remember.
oh really? Which one?
I think it was Prisoners.
Prison. Wow, that should have been nominated for Best Picture that year, for sure. Um, but that is kind of crazy.
That movie's amazing.
It is. I love it.
Well,
It
I
was
remember
my
the jokes though
favorite
people were
movie.
making about it though. People were making jokes about it though.
What jokes?
Okay, how Hugh Jackman's in it, right?
Yeah.
And Jake Gyllenhaal's character's name in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Detective Loki.
Um, uh, but the nominees are Avatar: The Way of Water, Banshees of Inisherin, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fablemans, Glass Onion: A Knives Out Mystery, Tar, Top Gun: Maverick, and The Whale. I think all but 2 might make it in, because that's sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 3, whatever it may be. Like, um, but I think this year it's going to be all but 2 make it in. And I think the 2 that are going to be shut out, it's either going to be Black Panther: Wakanda Forever and Glass Onion, or Black Panther: Wakanda Forever and The Whale. It's going to be
I
one
think
of
it'll be Black Panther and Glass Onion because that one
yeah,
doesn't really seem like the Academy's kind of movie anyway.
true. But the Academy is also trying to look for ways to boost their ratings up and stuff like
No.
that.
I'm not talking about Black Panther being the Academy's movie. That's more the Academy's type of movie than Glass Onion. I mean,
Oh yeah. That's a good point. Actually, it is more of the Academy type of movie. I don't know though if they're going to go for Wakanda Forever, just because that wasn't as well reviewed as the first Black Panther movie. It wasn't as beloved. But who knows? And while Glass Onion, there are some people who actually will say it's better than the first one.
it is, but it's not really.
Yeah, and the first one was nominated for PGA as well, but it still missed best picture at the Oscars. So I think it could go that same route. I had Glass Onion in, but then I think I took it out for All Quiet, but because I don't think Netflix is going to miss this year. I think they're going to get at least one of their films in, because they've been getting in like every year recently, and I just think Glass Onion, just has that perfect kind of momentum. It got the theatrical release, and then it went to Netflix, so it was talked about even more. So who knows? It might be able to benefit it, but not so sure. And then I'll mention that the award for outstanding producer of animated theatrical motion pictures. We had Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, Minions, The Rise of Gru, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and Turning Red. So this is that actually could be your 5. I could see him doing The Boss Baby or something like that with the Minions: Rise of Gru.
I never saw them.
I never saw Minions: Rise of Gru either.
No, I haven't seen any of the movies at all.
Really? You haven't seen the first Minions?
Or Despicable Me, nothing.
Wow. Okay, I thought you were saying Despicable Me. I got to meet the writers of Despicable Me too, though.
Were they nice?
Yeah, they were. They were awesome. I got to talk to them a bit about saying I want to be in writing for films and all that stuff, and they gave me advice, and they were really nice people. I really enjoyed them. But yeah, I enjoy the Despicable Me movies. Hate the Minion movies, so I didn't even bother watching Minions: The Rise of Gru.
Which I heard that one was actually not bad, though.
Yeah, I did hear that was not terrible. So it's on Peacock. I might watch it. If it gets nominated for the Oscar, I'll for sure watch it. But we'll see. This could be your 5 here. And then those are like your 2 big movie categories there at the PGA. Next up is if it'll let me search it. Okay, here. WGA Awards 2023, the Writers Guild of America Awards. This is kind of a good indicator of what usually gets nominated for the Oscars for writing. I'm trying to see if I can find it. I can't even find a link to it. Hold up. Nominees and winners. Let's see. Okay. So for where are the movie categories? The Road. What? I can't find it. So weird. Well, if I can't find the WGA noms, we may have to do that one at a different time.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, nominations is tvline.com. Maybe that might be. Or is this only for TV? Let's see. How do we see TV stuff? Interesting. So I guess
Brian wrote stuff, which I'll be doing a video with Brian later on today.
Oh, nice. So let me see if I can find the DGA Awards 2023, which is the Directors Guild of America Awards. The nominees this year, you had Todd Field, Joseph Kosinski for Top Gun Maverick.
He's not getting in, I don't think.
I don't think he is either, but that's definitely an interesting pick.
Todd Field, though.
It's sort of like did Jojo Rabbit get in for director? I know it got in for screenplay. I think it missed for Taika.
Yeah, it did. I think too.
Because Taika, he got DGA, and people were like, "Whoa, what?" And they were all freaking out. And then missed, and then of course, with Ben Affleck with Argo getting in at DGA, and then missing. It's like there's always
One
that.
DGA.
There's always that was the crazy thing. So there's always one that
everywhere.
There's usually one that gets in for DGA that doesn't get in for the Oscar, and I think that's going to be Joseph Kosinski. But you also got Daniel Kwan, Daniel Scheinhardt for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
They should be winning.
I agree. Or Martin McDonough for The Banshees of Inisherin. I'd also be happy with that win. And then Steven Spielberg for The Fabelmans. So, yeah, those are some great picks. But
or did you hear that?
What?
Or what Ari calls the Fabelmans?
What do you call the Fabelmans?
The Bagelmans.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, guys. So that's sort of. Oh yeah, here's Brian Nussbaum. Between Farrell, Butler, Fraser, who do you think could win Best Actor? I think it's Fraser at this point. I think his speech. I think the fact he's beloved by the industry, all of that, and the Whale is picking up steam. I think that that's really going to help him with a win. And then Brian Nussbaum also says, I think The Whale and Glass Onion, that's going to be shut out. Yeah, I could see that, but I just don't see Wakanda Forever making it in either. So I don't know. Maybe all three of them miss. We'll see. But yeah, so that'll be our tracking down of the Critics' Choice Awards, breakdown of Critics' Choice, SAG, BAFTA Noms, and some of the other guilds and everything for you guys. Stay tuned because either tonight or tomorrow night, we will be giving you guys our final Oscar predictions. So that'll be really fun. Just got to charge my computer up because it's at literally at 5%.
Yeah.
But yeah, stay tuned for that, guys. The final Oscar predictions are coming. Also, Last of Us tonight.
I might be a little late. I don't know yet. It'll depend on what time my debate's done, which Brian's going to be judging.
Nice. So that'll be fun. But yeah, let me know how that debate goes. But and if you win, but it'll be definitely a fun time, and then we will be giving you guys a full-on live reaction in the morning when the Oscar noms come out, because they will be coming out before work, so I can watch them live and then react to them and talk about them for a bit before I go to work. So that would definitely be happening live at 8 o'clock or 7:30 or something like that for you guys. So stay tuned for that. And much more awards coverage. We're going to keep on continuing to talk once the Oscar nominees are out, giving you our winner predictions, stuff like that. So yeah, be on the lookout for all those guys. A lot more great stuff coming your way. That'll be it for right now. We will see you all in the next video. And until next time, stay classy, my friends.